Hello everybody, happy afternoon, stroke evening, whatever it may be now. So what I'm doing is working on a little project that I've got on the go using Miracle Grow compost. Now I got these bags of compost on offer. It was 3 bags for £12, so that's £4 each. Now the compost is very good quality. I'll show you the bag in a minute. But the purpose of doing this is because, I was thinking, well, how can I sort of give people another little pointer on getting growing sort of their own food if they're not sure where to start and they want a nice, straightforward, relatively easy method on how to do this, and without digging, without needing masses of space, without needing... I think you know what I'm saying. So basically I've set a plethora of plants down here. So I'll show you what I've set and then we'll move on to looking at the compost. Isn't that exciting? Okay, now, so the plants I've set, now this one's a little bit of a giggle. I've grown these before and I do like growing them. Snake beans, otherwise known as yard-long beans. Okay, now yard-long beans, they're grown in sort of tropical climates really. They like a temperature of about 25 degrees C, so they will be staying in the 25 degrees C and above actually, but they'll be staying in the polytunnel, okay, growing up these canes. I'll be doing a separate video on those another time. Anyway, so more sort of standard plants for UK growing, runner beans. Now these are variety best of all. I've got many over there and here and got to sort those all out, but that's that's for another time. So I've got those. They're going to be going outside, growing up canes as well. I think they're a nice red flower variety. Squashes. Now this is variety Queensland Blue, okay, and this is Victor winter squash. What have I got here? I've got a moneymaker tomato plant, Benning's green tint squash, and here I've got some cucumbers variety Marketmore. They weren't doing particularly well in the propagators. They probably used up all the nutrients. So what I've done is just moved them into here. Hoping at least, well, I'm hoping they all survive, but if just one survives, still have one in a pot there. If they get two, if they do well, I'll probably end up taking at least one out and moving them on to a sort of another place, so to speak. So there's my plants that I'm growing in the compost. Now this is the compost here, okay, I'll just turn it around so you can start at the top. Okay, so Miracle Grow compost, all-purpose enriched, grows plants twice as big, 50% more nutrients than standard compost, enriched with Miracle Grow plant food. It's 50 litres, there are 50 litres here, and they feed for up to 6 months. So I think the usual price for these is probably about £6 each. It says 2 for 12, so yeah, that would be £6. But as I stated, they're on offer where I got them from. It was three for 12, so £4 each. So I'm very much a believer, ideally, in making our own compost and composting things like kitchen waste, grass cuttings, anything that you can compost. I'm very much a believer in composting it, and to previous sort of addresses I've done that before, but I haven't got enough at the moment, and I'm still getting things going with my little ecosystem, so to speak. But it's slow progress, but it takes time. These things take time. We can't just rush them, because that's when mistakes happen, and mistakes will happen anyway, trust me, in gardening. But so basically what I'm doing is just giving people a little sort of way that they can maybe get going, and it states feeds for up to 6 months. So feeds for up to 6 months could indicate that won't need to be fed anymore. So we shall see. So this could be a very low maintenance way of getting growing, and of course you will need to water the plants, particularly if we get a summer like we had last year. Who knows? But yeah, like a nice straightforward. I've got a little wide spread of different varieties of plants. Things like cucumbers are relatively standard for growing in the UK. Variety Marketmore, nice prickly ones. Moneymaker tomatoes. Most people into gardening have heard of those, even those who aren't too much into it. Squashes, very good, and of course, runner beans. Late summer runner beans with gravy. There we go, most people have indeed heard of those. So that's my choice of plants for growing in these containers, and it'll be interesting to see how they develop and sort of move on, and hopefully reward me with lovely beautiful crops. And at the same time, people that maybe aren't sort of too sure, don't have much time, don't have much room, maybe they will have a giggle at growing like this. Okay, so this is where they're going to go. You can see I've got these trays at the back here. So this is the soft fruit bed. Most of you have seen that before, but because I love them so much, I'll show you some gooseberries on the go. Look brill, don't they? See them? Look. Anyway, yes. So I strimmed all that down there the other day. So I'm probably going to put the pots on there. I'll probably strim it again one more time, and you know, then put them on, and then strim it again at the end of the year or whatever. But that's where they're going to go. So making use of, you know, space, so to speak. So I'm hoping, you know, for a nice little sort of result from that project. Okay, so Miracle Grow Compost. There we go. We'll see how we get on. Got the grow bags down here. They're not Miracle Grow ones. They're a different variety, but a different make. But they, you know, the plants in them appear to be doing well. So hopefully, you know, the beginner's garden, so to speak, is you know, it's going to be plentiful this year. So there we go. If you like my work, please feel free to like, share and subscribe, and any comments, questions, whatever, post them down below. Enjoy the rest of this sunny evening. Hopefully it's sunny where you are. See you soon. This polytunnel, right, when I get these plants back in, going to be a frost tonight, or could be a frost tonight, down to 2 degrees C. I think that's sort of like low to mid 30s in terms of Fahrenheit. Check that one out yourself though if you want to do an accurate conversion. But yeah, so can't risk leaving plants out. I mean, having a frost now destroy many plants would be incredibly annoying, wouldn't it?